This book by Kathryn Mannix, With Death in Mind, it's just wonderful. Kathryn Mannix is just amazing. She's a real hero of mine, and she is the one that drives me to be better at what I do. And she's the reason, really, that I wrote my book. I just find it wonderful. She starts by talking about the advancements of medical interventions to keep us alive, but then says the death rate remains 100%, and the pattern of our final days and the actual way we die are unchanged. What is different is that we've lost the familiarity we once had with that process, and we have lost the vocabulary and etiquette that served us so well in the past, when death was acknowledged to be inevitable. Instead of dying in a dear and familiar room with people we love around us, we now die in ambulances and emergency rooms and intensive care units, our loved ones separated from us by the machinery of life preservation. And she goes on to say, watching dying is like watching birth. In both, there are recognizable stages in a progression of changes towards the anticipated outcome. Mainly both processes can proceed safely without intervention, as any wise midwife knows. In fact, normal birth is probably more uncomfortable than normal dying, yet people have come to associate the idea of dying with pain and indignity. That are rarely the case. And she goes on to describe who's somebody who is witnessing someone dying. What's actually happening. We see people spending more time asleep and less time awake. Sometimes when they appear to be only asleep, they're actually unconscious, yet when they wake up, they tell us that they've had a good sleep. It seems we don't notice that we become unconscious. And so, at the very end of life, a person is simply unconscious all of the time. And then their breathing starts to change. Sometimes deep and slow, sometimes shallow and faster. And then, very gently, the breathing slows down and very gently stops. No sudden rush of pain at the end, no feeling of fading away, no panic, just very peaceful. In fact, if you're well enough to feel you need a nap, then you are well enough to wake up again afterwards. Being unconscious doesn't feel like falling asleep. You won't even notice it happening. And as a nurse, she says that that's probably the most helpful gift we can ever give to our patients. Few have seen a death. Most imagine dying to be agonizing and undignified. And we can help them to know that we do not see that, and that they need not fear that their families will see something terrible.